I would. I genuinely would.
Really?
I don't know if I would buy it.
But you'd be hover over
I
it
would
every
be.
day, hovering.
I would be like, okay.
We'll have a look.
We'll have a look.
Of course we'll have a look.
What is going on, guys, and welcome to FourBit. This is a podcast brought to you by the FourBit crew. First and foremost, if you have liked, if you have commented, and if you have subscribed, thank you so much. We see you out there, and we are slowly growing in the YouTube world, and we love it. Thank you so much. If you're brand new here, just subscribe. Just click the button. We see
I'm
you.
slowly growing in the pants world.
Yeah, exactly. We're growing everywhere, and you could be a part of that if you want to be. I shouldn't have said that. Should I? No, never mind.
You're nearly a married
Sign
man.
up to our OnlyFans.
Yeah, OF. We have got a special one for you today. It's a nice one. It's a spicy one. It's a juicy one. We have got a League of Legends special coming your way. Summon the Rift goers, welcome. You're going to have a really, really good time. And we have got a special guest with us. He appeared on our Lord of the Rings podcast as well. I struggled then really bad to say that. Almost. Thank you. JT's back in the room. JT. So he goes on the Rift. He was JT Wonder. JT Wonder lost its way a little bit, involving lots of bans, but we don't talk about bans, do we? And then he became the Ugandan Jin. You can find him on the Rift every now and again.
EU West, Ugandan Jin.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the one and only.
The one and only. To start with, Jay, I've got a list of questions. I'm going to ask you them one at a time, and then we'll talk about it around the room. Question number 1, preferred role. I thought I was going to be quick.
Well, I would consider myself an ADC main.
Okay.
But I enjoy mid lane the most.
Okay, fine. From there, what is your preferred champ? Doesn't have to be your preferred role.
Oh, my favourite champ is Zed. Easy.
Hands down.
Yeah, Zed's that one champ that I could play 10, 20 games in a row. I think any other champ I play like 2-3 games, I need to switch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zed's my favourite.
Cool.
Yeah, just some of the filthy things that you can do with that champ.
Disgusting.
I could have answered that one for you,
Yeah,
mate.
after I said it, I was like,
Yeah.
I know. And then, last but not least, what was your peak? Let the viewers know what you peaked at on League of Legends.
I got to Diamond 1 about 90 LP. I think
Massive.
about 3 years ago.
Prior to Emerald, so let's remember that as well.
Yeah,
Emerald
yeah.
was not in the mix at all.
Yeah, but I was consistently Diamond from season 3 onwards.
Yeah, we have got an expert amongst us, guys. Awesome. And then also, last question.
Wait,
what is it?
Can I stop you there?
Of course, yeah.
Just for those that know less, can you give us the rank structure?
Oh, so it goes.
Forget Emerald.
Oh yeah, back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was each tier, each one had 5 tiers. So you'd have like Iron 5 up to Iron 1, and then it would be Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Master, Grandmaster, Challenger. Yeah, and yeah, it's funny, like, as you go up, once you get into Diamond, like, you get to Diamond and you think, yeah, I'm like top of the pops now. Like I'm up there. I'm with the big guns. But within that community, you're then still considered low elo and trash. And then if you get to Masters, which I never did, I got close, could smell it.
It was in the
But
air.
I've heard even their Master players then just get called trash because you're not Grandmaster.
In wins, roughly how far away from Master were you?
Oh, I was like 1 win.
Really?
I got to.
Oh,
I say I
man.
got to D1 like 90 LP. I think I was like 1 win away.
That
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah, it was right.
And then thinking way back, what is it that got you into playing League of Legends?
Well, it was actually Nathan here. I remember very distinctly. I remember I just got a new laptop. You guys had just been dabbling in League for maybe a month or 2. And then I remember getting the bus back from college with Nath. And he just showed me a little bit. Remember seeing some of the champions, thinking, like, oh, they look cool. Remember seeing Brand specifically.
Yeah.
Like this flame guy. And yeah, so I went and whipped into town, went to Argos and got a little Logitech Bluetooth mouse
Love
for 20
it.
quid.
Yeah.
And because the first like 5 games I played on League, I played with my trackpad. And I remember playing with definitely Nathan. I know Billy
Yeah.
used to play back then.
God.
He was like a Teemo only player. And then I remember Nathan was like, "Are you playing with trackpad?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like,
Get a mouse.
"It's not gonna work,
Get a
is it?"
mouse.
So I went to Argos the next day, got a Bluetooth mouse, and yeah, and then just got quite into it. I think I got like silver in my first season. I thought, actually, yeah, this is all right.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, my life got consumed.
Yeah.
I honestly did not know that, and I'm so proud
Yeah,
about
I can
that.
tell you. Yeah, it was on the bus back from college, coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
it
a
was-
massive part of his life.
It was literally coming down Southtown Road. It was just me
Sick.
and you. I remember you showed me it, and I was like, oh, this looks quite cool. Because back then I was just purely COD and FIFA on the Xbox.
The trackpad though, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
Trackpad.
mental.
Imagine.
A game,
Yeah.
a League of Legends game on trackpad.
Even though this game was brand new to me at the time, I knew something was wrong. I was like,
How are these people moving like this?
yeah, I was like, these people are crazy, and I'm there like, and because you've got to then like somehow move with the finger click, and then also press your keys.
Impossible. No chance.
Yeah,
No wonder you got so good when you got a mouse.
yeah, and because I think you boys had played computer games, I hadn't touched a PC game before League. I was purely console,
Yeah.
purely
Yeah.
console.
Yeah.
So when I first started playing League, and still to this day, I think we've had this conversation before. My left hand that goes to my spells, I'm pinky on Q, because I never ever played WASD where you then have your pinky
Yeah.
on shift.
Oh.
So I still level up my spells by clicking the little plus above them. I don't shift Q, shift W.
Really?
Yeah, I play pinky on Q,
Yeah,
ring,
even I
ring
sh-
on,
I-
ring on
even I
W,
shift
middle on
Q.
E, index on Alt, and then I have my thumb around space and B for recall.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really inefficient.
That's really interesting.
But still
though.
got to diamond
Yeah,
one.
I don't use shift at all. Ever. Don't ever touch that button.
What about if you want to do a capital R?
Caps lock, mate.
Nice one. So let's go around the room really, really quick. So we're just going to do favorite role, favorite champ, and then we'll say what rank you got to or what your peak is. So we'll go with Rich and we'll go around.
Oh gosh, you're gonna
Champ,
embarrass
role, rank. Champ, role, rank.
champ. Zeraf,
Yep.
roll mid,
Yep.
rank this way. Probably gonna embarrass us a little bit, but
Oh, well, it is what it is.
probably like just broke into gold one
Yeah,
season.
That's
Yeah.
good. The thing is, it's going to be good for people watching as well because we're going to have a plethora of different levels. So it's going to be brilliant.
Took a hiatus, didn't you, Rich, at one point?
Yeah, I've
Lo-
taken a
lost,
few.
Lost your marbles a bit, didn't you?
Yeah,
Needed a 2-year cooldown.
yeah, yeah. I remember when I came back, it was an event. I remember seeing him on there. Yeah, it's great.
Robbie, champ, role, rank.
Champ is Pantheon,
Ooh,
Roll is top,
ooh,
and I think rank I just got to gold
Nice.
4, maybe.
nice.
But now I'm a solid bronze.
Yeah, that's what we like.
Let's go.
Same.
Down in the trenches.
Down in the trenches. So yeah, I'm an ADC main. Actually, when I first started, I was a mid main, but I'm now an ADC main. My favorite champ is Jinx. Check the tat.
Let's go.
Check the tat. And I'm obviously bot, and my peak is Emerald, I guess, in this new. Before Emerald, it was obviously Plat, but yeah, it's my peak's Emerald 4, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Cool.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone else is feeling the same, but like this answer feels like a moving answer. Do you know what I mean? Like if
Okay.
you would have asked me a year ago and then a year before that, there would have been different answers. But right now, it's Nunu, jungle.
Yeah.
But when it comes to rank, I don't know if you guys have ever realised this, but I've never climbed ranks in League. I've never
No.
done it. I've only ever played League with all of us.
Yeah, I just used to smash ARAM.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
I've
for years and years.
never attempted to do ranks. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I
So
think
my
you get a
ranks
lot
have only
better.
been like the flex ranks that
Yeah.
we
we
get
all
given
play.
randomly, but I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. I think if you start to play ranked, even a little bit on your own, you start to
I'll
learn
check.
so much on your own when you're playing the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Where would you place me?
I reckon silver.
I reckon probably. so.
Yeah.
JT's
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah, I reckon low silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad place to start, to be fair.
I genuinely think I've got a lot better lately though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I actually
Oh,
do
Oh,
think
for
completely
so.
sure.
agree.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
it's actually quite a lot different since when we used to play together.
Yeah,
I think
but
like
you play jungle, obviously, Nunu.
Oh, I play jungle and mid, to be
Yeah.
fair.
But when you jungle, your mechanics are fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But jungle's like such a different role to the other fours.
Yeah.
In terms of like where you need to be, timings, tracking.
Yeah.
A lot going on. I don't like jungle personally. I also feel like you're kind of the scapegoat.
Yeah, bullies.
Especially in ranked.
Yeah, 100%.
Something goes wrong.
Jungle's fault.
Blame the jungle.
Always, always.
The issue is with me that when I'm in lane, my CS is actually quite bad when I'm in lane. But I find I actually can get it, like Stu was saying recently, I can actually get it quite high when I'm in jungle. But I can't really do it in lane.
I used to play jungle, but I just got bored of the
Oh,
grief.
little Zinzao.
Xin
Yeah,
Zhao.
Vi,
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
Vi. Xin
Vi.
Zhao Vi, yeah.
VI.
And Wukong.
VI.
Mine was Pike, obviously, but actually, in terms of who I would climb as, it's probably going to be like Nautilus or something, because I think Pike's actually quite difficult to climb as. I think Nautilus is a safe bet. Support always has been, and my peak was Emerald as well. Very similar to Hike. Me and Hike had a very close journey together in the League of Legends world. So
Yeah, well, we duo queue. We used to
Yes,
duo
we
queue
did.
quite a lot.
we did.
Stu is my support,
Mm.
right? Because we main. I main ADC and he main support, so we've been rolling that
Oh God.
for a very long time.
years.
And it's
Over 10
funny.
years.
It's funny. It's like winning lane for us. I don't think is a problem anymore. But winning lane has always just been sort of simple for us these days. But now it's just a case of how we transition that into the late.
Yeah, I think that in lane, I agree. I don't think we normally. I think we either tie it or win it, but then
Made me
we
panic
just
now.
need to figure out how to get out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Awesome. So, what I am going to ask for next. This is gonna really set the world alight. People watching
Okay.
are going to
Come
be
on.
interested.
Set
in
it
this one.
ablaze. Let's do
What
it.
is the most
Brand passive.
important role in League? What is the most important position? What is the position that can dictate a game?
Top.
No.
See, I knew this was going to happen.
No.
That is
I
the
actually-
least influential.
Yeah.
And why is that?
It's an island up
Yeah,
there. It's
it's-
an island.
Yeah, it's an island. It's just heavily matchup favored.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
you
super.
could pick a champ that you're really good at, and the other player could pick a champ they're not good at, but that champ will just stat check
Yeah.
and beat that champ purely by being there. And unless you completely grief it, you'll win.
Yeah, but when you're in that situation and top comes out supremely on top, there could be all the activities happening in mid and bot, and then when the top starts getting involved, a lot of the time they're the person that you
Yeah.
just try and stay away from.
I think I think it completely depends on elo as well. I would say in diamond, top is the least influential because you could get a top come out maybe 4-0, 30 CS lead, really strong. But if you've got a coordinated support and AD carry where the support can peel that top off the AD carry, the
Yeah,
AD carry's
fair.
going to kill it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's been an age-old debate. I think AD carry, if you boil it down to it, is the most influential role. If you can keep your AD carry alive and get them fed, and they're not a complete moron,
Yeah.
well, you should win the game. But you would then probably argue jungle has the most early game influence, and then support is also really crucial. In again, the higher you go, the better the supports are. The more vision you get, the more wards, the more
Yeah.
TP opportunities. So yeah, I would say boil it down. AD carry is probably in the long run the most important role.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're if you're forgetting damage, just for argument's sake, if you're forgetting about the damage input, I think you're making me lean towards support more than ADC or top.
Yeah, I would argue, but I would say all the efforts from the jungle and the support ultimately culminate into getting your AD carry into that position to carry the game.
It's
Yeah.
a team game.
And if your AD
Well, that's
carry,
why it's a hard question, isn't it?
yeah, there's no real answer. It's difficult.
It's like saying who's the most important player on a football pitch.
Mm.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
What about that conventional wisdom that mid was the most influential player because you can duck off on multiple ways?
No, I know what you mean about how they're in the middle, they can roam.
I thought you were just going to be like,
No,
nah.
you're wrong.
Nah.
But if you look at it in the football sense, you say it's hard to say which player on the football pitch. But in football terms, the striker is the most valuable, the one who scores the goals, the one who wins the games. And you would then argue that the AD carry is the striker of the team, and the other players are the midfield, the defence that are trying to provide that player with the resources to win the game.
I personally think it's support for me because maybe it is because they have the most influence on how the ADC is going to play, especially in the early game. Because if you're losing in the early game, if you're a particular champion, you could really just get screwed out from having a bad support. So I think personally, support is the one that's really carrying it from the get-go, but also in the late and in the mid,
Yeah.
they are the sort of glue that keeps everything together, especially for the vision, for all these things. I personally think that support is the one that should be. I mean, every single thing has its own place. That's the point of the game.
Yeah.
A support can win a game on a play. Like,
Yeah.
I've won games with a single hook as Thresh.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
a single hook
Exactly.
in a 40-minute game.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Game done.
100%.
Yeah, when I used to play, I dabble in support because obviously it's like very favored with my role to know the knowledge of playing support, right? Because like I'm an ADC, knowing how supports are going to play around my ADC play. So I used to play support a decent amount, and like a Leona ult,
Yep.
just
Yeah.
hit a big one on 3 of the enemy team, and that's it. It's game over.
What does Leona ult do?
Leona ult stuns people in a circle, and it's obviously a skill shot.
It's got decent cast range.
Yeah, it's got decent cast
Yeah.
range, but
Stuns in the center.
stuns
slows
in the
on
center.
edge.
Yeah, slows in the edge, but you have to hit it.
It's got quite a quick cast time as well. You tend to layer it. So if someone is already stunned, you then stack that on top.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's the most influential role.
But
personally,
they've all got their own traits, like you said.
Yeah, I mean it's always going to be a hard argument, and I don't think there is a right answer personally. But I personally think that it's support.
But interestingly, JT shut down top lane instantly.
Oh
so
yeah,
you feel as if so, and we've got our top laner over here.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So
it's
would you put it if you couldn't pick between the 4, but top you just think isn't in the running?
It's pretty well sort of respected that top lane is the least influential.
Look what you've done to him.
What do you mean? I carry out games.
Especially higher you go, I would
Yeah.
like to add that.
Okay.
Like in silver, if you're playing Riven and you get ahead, you will just steamroll because they don't know how to deal with that.
Same with Yorick.
In Diamond, where I've played, I'm not too fussed if there's like a fed volley bear coming out of top lane because I know that if I've got a Nautilus support and like as a Jhin player, my second main champion, I can peel myself off most people anyway.
Yeah. So support's bottom of the top's bottom of the pack, Robbie. Sorry, mate.
That's why I play it.
How do you find playing top? Like, do you actually? This is gonna sound awful. Do you enjoy playing top lane?
I enjoy it more than I play
No one
jungle.
enjoys playing
You
top
enjoy
lane.
it more than jungle.
Yeah, because you
pick
don't
the
get
two
group
worst
as
roles.
much.
Yeah.
Like
you're in
you
your
know.
own little world. No one can have a
Yeah.
go at you.
Yeah, I just have to worry about getting the CS and like.
I think maybe that's why I like jungle because that stuff does not bother me.
Oh no, but like you've just got a lot of responsibility if you need to try to counter gank, get your timings right, go in.
Dragons.
Like I'm actually still quite good at jungle,
Mm.
like when we play, but I just prefer top, focus on CS and just in my own little world.
Yeah, you've mentioned also both of you, Jacob and Jack. You've mentioned peeling a couple of times with your justification. Do you want to explain what that is?
What peeling is?
Yeah.
Peeling is keeping the enemy off of your carries.
Yeah.
So you're using your CC, your zoning, and then you've got self-peeling. Like a self-peel is peel yourself, which certain champions like Vayne really excel at, with the ability to go invisible, a short dash, an ability to stun or push back.
Vayne's very annoying to be 1-on-1 against, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
She's a great
yeah,
duelist.
I've played a lot of Vayne. Yeah,
I think peeling is the one thing that I'm like get annoyed at the most, especially in the lower tiers, because people get so amped on they finally got good CS or they finally beat their lane and they want to be the main. They want to be the main person. They want to be the person, the star performer. But
Yeah.
the whole point of my role is that you peel for me,
Yeah.
right? For certain people. So like when the support's like in the main pack, I've got no one on me, and there's just a Rengar came out of the bushes, and I'm dead.
Yeah,
And what do you
yeah, yeah.
expect from
Yeah.
me? Do you really expect me to be able to deal with that?
Yeah.
You just can't. So when I've got somebody's gone in, I'm a jinx. I've just got deleted, and then people are like, "Oh my god," sort of thing. It's just like your role, whoever the person's role is. Sometimes it isn't the support. Sometimes maybe it is the tank or whoever it is. Normally it is the support. Your role is to peel for me.
Yeah.
And in the lower elos, they just don't get it.
No.
They just
Yeah,
don't get it.
I would say if you want to climb, I think from like iron, if we start at the bottom, and from iron to probably gold, if you want to climb, you need to just be playing jungle or mid champs that can solo carry
Yeah.
easy.
Or support?
No support.
No.
No, because you're not you you want to be that person like Jackson. You want to be that Rengar that can just one shot their carry, make it 4v5. Or I mean, you've seen me play Lilia in lower elos.
Love Lilia.
Do what you want.
Yeah, I can
Just do whatever
I
you
can
want.
just steamroll because they can't keep up with the pace. You're clearing camps quicker than them. You're getting objectives quicker than them. When you get to like Emerald, Platinum, higher up, you can more deviate into what role you want and play it. But yeah, I would encourage anyone, if you want to purely climb, you don't want to be playing AD carry below, unless you're obviously like really, really, really good.
Yeah,
If you're at your level and you're trying to improve, focus on jungle or mid.
Well, that sucks for me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but you've got support.
I climbed to.
I do have
But you know what I'm on about, don't you?
I do
You're
understand.
just saying how you don't like how you're getting one shot and the support, so they're not there for you. But
Yeah.
There is a level of your own vision, right? And your situational awareness, knowing they have a Rengar, knowing you shouldn't be out in a particular space or shouldn't go somewhere because you don't have vision and stuff like that. There are ways to manage and deal with that, but it's just like you can only do that it's hard, right? Your mental goes down. It's now 40 minutes in the game. You've been on the back foot trying to watch out for this Rengar, and you make one mistake,
Yeah.
and you've just fucked the entire game.
Yeah,
You've
it's similar
lost.
to what Jacob's saying. If you shouldn't be doing certain things if you haven't got vision, but then if you need to be making certain plays and you haven't got vision where you should have vision because you've got a bad support, etc., then like sometimes you've got to take the risk, haven't you?
Wards win games, boys.
Wards win games.
We're going to play Closest Wins. So, if you are brand new to the podcast, we play a game. It's called Closest Wins. Really straightforward. I ask a question, the guys guess the answer, and if they guess closest, they win a point. Obviously, it's going to be League of Legends based. My friends, how many champions are in League of Legends? As of today's date, which is the 7th of July.
I've got a feeling that Jacob knows this
Early
answer.
July, 7th of July.
I know the ballpark.
How many champions are in League of Legends?
I have no idea.
Okay. That's because you've only played 2.
4.
Or 4. Don't put 4. It's more than that.
Oh.
5.
I think I'm in the ballpark of this. 7?
Yeah, that's right.
I feel good about this one, but I always do.
Yeah, you
I always
do.
say I feel good,
Let me
and
count,
I'm always wrong.
let me count them. Aatrox.
In alphabetical order.
Aatrox is first, right? Because he's double A.
AA.
Yeah.
We'll go from Nathan.
Who's last?
We'll work
Zulu?
our way around.
Do you know why I said that?
Zulu.
I don't know why I said Zulu.
Zyra,
I've
Zillion?
got no idea.
Zyra.
Zyra is last.
Zyra.
Come on, Nath. What have you got?
247.
That's a lot of champs.
That's a lot.
Too high.
Too high? Okay.
160.
Camera, Jack. Camera.
Oh,
Sorry.
This is good. This is like when we done our
160.
closest wins, and I got to sort of commentate on everyone's guesses.
Oh,
You should go
Robbie.
last. You should go last.
I went way too low, apparently. I went 86.
Okay. Richo, what you got?
Whoa.
What are you in 2013?
Oh,
Yeah.
That gives me some confidence. How's 110?
What you
Too
saying?
low.
Well, I'm pretty sure it hasn't breached 200, but I know they're close.
I don't think it is.
So I'm 195. I think it's between 185 and 200.
It's not good from the league expert.
Is
It's
it poor?
not today. It's poor.
Is it poor?
Let's go.
The answer is 168.
No.
Whoa.
168.
Let's go.
Verified.
League expert. Hello.
Verified. Yeah, 168 champs. And what is the new one called that's coming out?
Aurora.
Aurora.
Aurora,
What
yeah.
is? And you've seen the spotlight, and I saw a bit of it on your phone. Like
Oh, she looks unreal.
nasty champion.
Yeah,
Have you guys seen
unreal.
anything?
She
about
looks very similar to Lilia, and I thought JT's going to like that.
it? JT.
It's another Disney champ.
Quickly
It's in the Zoe Lilia category.
Quickly talk through the spells if you remember them as best as you can.
Oh,
The
gosh.
ult in particular is insane.
Yeah, I'll try and tell it in 30 seconds. Passive is like Vayne W, 3 stacks,
Free
does max health damage, but she does proc it off autos and spells. Her
Strong.
Q is a skill shot where she fires an orb out and then she can press it again to retract it.
Strong.
And a bit like Echo Q, it does damage on there and back.
But you have to
RE
cast.
Q as well. W is a short dash and she also goes invisible during that dash.
Before or after?
So she like hops and invisibles as she hops.
Yeah.
And that resets on takedowns. So if she gets a killer assist, that resets so she can use it again.
It's cool.
Oh.
Team fight is crazy on that.
E is like a ice laser beam skill shot in a straight line, but it also propels her back and it does like a heavy slow, like 80% slow. And her ult, which I think is awesome, her ult looks sick. It's kind of like a kindred ult, like a zone, but she doesn't cast it on herself. She can cast it around her. It's a bit bigger, so it's more like the size of a Mumu ult.
Yep.
And any champions caught in it are initially damaged, and then they cannot escape out of it. They're trapped unless they flash out. And then also, if Aurora touches the side, she gets teleported to the opposite side of it.
That bit right there is insane. Imagine you're in a team fight and she can run to one end.
That sounds
flash
dirty.
across to the other side. Gee, there's gonna be some plays.
Yeah. Go on Synapse. Do you know Synapse, the channel that does like 10-minute little clips of streamers every day? No?
I've heard of it.
Give it a watch. Go watch one of their like recent episodes because there's been a few people showing like good plays of it. It was really cool.
That R just sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
Sounds good. I just like R's that like can synergize well with other ones as well. Because it's just like, you play a game with it's just a classic of like, Mumu ult in there, freaking Leona ult,
people
any
enter?
AoE ult.
Yes.
Okay.
What, teammates?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can they leave?
Teammates can, yeah.
Wow.
I think it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's not like a Jarvan ult.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Similar, yeah.
But
Like
when
when the enemies try and exit, they like bounce off it, like on Spyro when you get to the edge of the map, you can't go any further.
No, perfect description. Perfect description. But you were saying like blinks, like the Pike E will get you out and stuff like that.
I think so. I know you can definitely summon a flash out of it. I think like Ezreal E, Pike E. I think they can get you out of it. I'm not 100%.
Like a fizz flip, stuff like that.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that.
I'll be stuck in that one day and be like, Jacob said it'll get me out.
Jacob said it. Pike E would get me out.
I'm still there. You gonna give her a go? Do you think she could become sort of main material, judging from your?
Yeah, I mean, I hope she comes out because obviously I don't get a chance to play too much anymore, living other side of the world. But hopefully, before I go, she'll be out and I can zip around Nathan's here and take it for a spin.
Wait, on that, are you getting? When are you getting your PC back?
I'm hoping to get it sent out. Yeah, my dad's just been really, really long.
Should we
about this whole situation?
Should we all just go over there and get him to send it out now?
All of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Package it up.
What's the delay?
I don't know. He's just moaning about packaging it and paying for it and stuff.
You need. This is why you need someone that knows computers on the job, mate. Because the way to get that computer shipped is to take it apart.
Can't you do it now yourself while you're home?
Take it apart.
I possibly could. I haven't
You don't
given it too much thought.
You know, while you're home.
You can.
I was going to fill it with like the little
Small hassle.
noodles.
Yeah.
I take the side off and fill it with all the packing noodles.
That is the perfect point to hit a pause. So that new champion looks fantastic. We've got our closest win from Hike. And did you win the Lord of the Rings one as well?
I won.
Amazing. Good stuff. Come straight back. We've got loads more to talk about. So we'll see you very, very soon.
Hey guys, Robbie here. I just want to show you our website really quick. So if you go to FourBit.co.uk, it takes you to this lovely website of ours where you can see one of our latest videos. And if you scroll down here to the $, it'll take us to our shop where we sell a variety of items. We've got the limited edition MCM shirts where there's only 200 of these. Thank you to everyone who's brought them so far. And then if we go on the white one to have a look, it will raise your sex appeal by 50%. So you should buy now with them all different sizes. I'm a medium, so let's add to cart for £15 and check out.
What is going on, guys, and welcome back to Talk Bits, the podcast brought to you by the 4-Bit crew. It's a League of Legends special. We have JT Wonder, aka Ugandan Jin, on the scene. We are going to talk about, I love this question as well. I'm bigging myself up this podcast. Which champion or item broke the game? Which champion or item got released or is still out now?
There's some
and it's
iconic
just
ones.
ruined it. Like, you know, when those things came out. And maybe they've been fixed. Maybe since then they've been fixed. If you can think of something still relevant now, it'd be great. But were there any items or anything you can remember?
There's one item and one champion for me, but it's a long way away. So if people haven't played the game a long time ago, they wouldn't know about these. But way back, like Season 1, Season 2, Sunfire Cape, which does the AoE damage. You could stack them, so you could buy 6 Sunfires that would do 6 times the damage. But the worst part about it is you could play as like Twitch or Evelyn, who could go in permanently stealth, and you could just stand on the enemies and burn them to death.
And
there's
you're
nothing they
invisible.
can do. Yeah, and you're invisible.
Insane.
So yeah, they had to quickly hotfix that one. And then also, I think like season 2, season 3 pre-rework Cassidin, like the old Cassidin where his Q was a point and click silence. He had like a 96, 98% ban rate in ranked.
Just
Like you
super
never saw that
strong.
champion because he was just disgustingly broken. He had a kind of how he is now, but not tuned right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Because he's still good now.
Dash was permanent. He'd done a lot of damage. He had a silence on his Q that was also a cancel, so cancel charge spells. Yeah, he was turbo broken.
Yeah, yeah.
And back then there was not a lot of champions that had movement.
Yeah.
Nowadays you look at these champions like Cassante that have like 82 dashes and tank that builds tank but turns to damage and has an invulnerability and an unstoppable. No, back then it was a lot of low mobility champions where Cassidin would just
eat them up.
Steamroll.
Yeah.
So then they kind of mini reworked him.
Yeah.
So they're the two that stand out for me as
In
like
your
when you say broke the game.
Yeah.
Because I think the word like broken gets thrown out like really as like a meme in League, doesn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
that's busted.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's just a little bit stronger than everything else. Yeah, that casting one was dirty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to keep focusing everything in on you, but with the Sunfire example, I know there's nothing to, well, as far as I know, to that degree, but is there anything that you can build now that's as cheesy as that?
Not off the top of my head, but that was because back in those days they didn't have the unique passive
Yeah,
element.
yeah, yeah.
Like they introduced unique passives to stop people stacking items because you could stack like Warmogs and
Probably Thormail.
in the old day and get this horrendous health bar that just regenerated instantly. So,
So Leandries, for example, with the max health tick, you can't stack a Leandries.
No.
No, okay.
no, because it's a unique passive.
Yeah.
But I mean, as I said, I haven't played League much in the past year, this season. But I think that the change where they took away Mythics was a great decision.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Mythics obviously forced you down a set build every game. Yeah. The build diversity was really low. Because if you're like, right, I need to go Gale Force this game. Like as a Jhin player, I went Gale Force 99% of the time because Jhin has no dashes. Gives you a dash. You can like Gale Force Q, 4th shot as like a really good execute. But then obviously you might then want what was the item that gave you the shield?
Eclipse?
Locket?
No, the ADC item. Hike, help me out here.
The Immortal Shield.
Immortal Shield Bow, yeah. Sometimes you'd need that, but you could only pick one.
Yeah.
Now you can pick what you want.
Yeah.
It gives a lot more diversity.
100%.
Yeah, cool.
Any other examples?
I've been sitting here the entire time trying to think, and I was racking my brain of like champions that came out that were broken, but all like in the years of Jinx coming out, Vi coming out, those sorts of champs, like, and Echo coming out, I thought they were all very balanced.
Yeah.
When they came out, I can't remember anyone saying that they were broken.
Yeah, there's been a few that have come out where in the first couple of days they've had to tone their numbers down.
Yeah.
That's obvious, but they do fix that quite quickly. I'd say the more broken is the items in the metas.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
It's part of their strategy.
I think
have them...
I can't remember what season it was. It must be like season 4, 5, 6, where they had the jungle items. I can't remember what they're called exactly, but they had like the different coloured gems in them that you could upgrade, and they were specifically designed for junglers. But you'd get like Ezreal mid build in Runeglaive, which was like an AP jungle item because it just used to give him unreal stats in mid lane, and also like wave clear and poke ability. And it was like this item was made for jungle, but someone's took it here and now it's
fair play to him
made
as
it.
well.
I like that. I rate that.
I think there was one. I wouldn't say it would like broke the game or anything, but like it wasn't actually that long ago. Maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, when all Kaisar was doing was building AP, and she could one-shot somebody with her W.
Yeah, just all the way across.
She still does.
She still does, but I think they had to tone that down. But I can't remember a game breaking. A lot of the game-breaking stuff was happening back in these like lower seasons when you could easily break the game more.
Like the early days.
And I'm sure there's some bugs and stuff out there that have broken the game in that sense, but they just get hotfixed quite quickly.
Yeah.
I think.
At the beginning, when it was quite a young game, they probably weren't really doing the maths. They were just putting cool stuff out. And then when people started getting into it, they're like, oh, crap, we need to actually think about what we're doing here because these guys are figuring out something that we
Yeah.
didn't even think about. I always found Aatrox to be a nightmare. Like, not necessarily
Right.
game-breaking, but I remember when he
New
first...
Aatrox or
the
original
The
Aatrox?
original one. I think the original one. I just remember when I first...
The one that when he died, he'd come back to life.
Maybe I mean the other one where he gets the health regen. I just remember even recently seeing him in fights and stuff, especially with his ult turned on. Super strong, like 5 people attacking him.
He used
and he
to
can
have
heal
it.
and heal and heal.
He used to have it where you would turn his healing on.
Yeah,
right?
it's W.
His W on.
Every
and
third attack would either do bonus damage or heal. Toggle it.
Yeah, and you can toggle it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
and his
guess
Q was like the jump that dashed forward.
I think I always found him to be strong. Like when he was on the enemy team on the top side, I would always be like, "Oh God, I hope our top lane is all right," because he can be a nightmare to contend with.
I still
I
don't
hope
think
he's
there's enough.
coping.
I still think there needs to be just a touch more reveal mechanics.
Okay,
Do you know
like
what I
the
mean?
Ash bird, for example.
No, I mean in terms of stealth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ashbert can't do that.
Yeah, I feel like it's not. I don't feel like it's like broken, but I always feel like it's just too little options for revealing stealthed enemies. Like it's just like
I see what you mean.
I can't remember the name of it right now. What is the
Pink wall,
red
though.
scat? Yeah, you have to buy a sweeper,
Sweeper.
if you haven't got anything.
Yeah, but I
if
would-
not, you've got no
I would
option.
argue that there's not that much stealth in the game now, and a lot of it has manners to balance.
Yeah, because like when you go Rengar stealth, if he gets close, you'll get a thing, you'll screen and you'll get an indicator to say he's close. For Evelyn, she has a circle around her, so if you go inside of the circle, you'll see an eye comes above you.
Same with Pike W. If you get too
Shaco's
close.
stealth is not that long, and Teemo's stealth
No,
you
you
can
can't
only
move.
do in a bush. You can move in the bush.
Oh no, I'm thinking old Timo, aren't I?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
He couldn't move. before,
Teemo
could
can
he?
stay stealthed in the bush and move, but out of brush he has to.
Early days,
Stay
Timo.
still.
Could he move in bush?
I don't think he could. I
Couldn't
think you had
remember.
to stand still.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
That's
the
what I
bush
thought.
stuff. And then
Because I have played Timo, but only like when we all were like early league days.
And then Twitch is one doesn't last too long. I mean, maybe they need to turn that down a bit, but I think even if you get close to people there, it will show as an eye above you. So they all have. They're not like perfect stealths.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as like a perfect stealth.
Yeah.
And then you can get pinks, and then you get sweepers. There are. I think there's. I personally think there's enough for it.
In
personally
fairness,
agree.
you've said a lot of points there that I didn't even know. So game
Yeah.
knowledge comes into that a lot.
Yeah. They're not like.
But obviously, that's one of the weaknesses with League in general, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
Oh.
it's a high barrier of entry.
Akshan, you can only stealth near walls.
Yeah.
Or whatever in a bush. or whatever.
Akshan's a strong champ, to be fair.
Yeah, Akshan.
strong.
Yeah. That was what was broken. Akshan's passive right at the start when he first came out.
What was it
I
like?
think they had to tune it. I think they had to tune
What's the
tune it
passive?
down. So his passive is if the enemy team has killed your people, your own team. They have like a mark against them, and if you kill them, like get revenge on them, you revive all of them instantly.
That's strong.
That is actually to make it even worse. It is actually just the passive on his W.
Yeah.
His actual passive is the
Two shot.
two autos gives him a very small shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets bonus gold for killing those, and it also leaves like a smoke trail behind where they are, so you
Yeah,
can follow them.
So you can follow them, and
Yeah.
go
Strong.
fast and walk faster.
Yeah,
in the
I've played a
trail.
bit of action before, and yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, he can still do that now.
Disgusting champion.
What, the revive?
Hideous.
I don't think I've even seen much of that.
I can't remember how it was overtuned and they had to tune it down though. I think it was maybe like time or something like that. Like
You are right. I do remember when he first came out, it was like, this is horrendous.
yeah,
Fix it.
Same as like Yone when Yone first came out. It's like this dude's got like a Z ult on his E. He's got an Echo ult on his E. He does mixed damage. He's got a shield. He's got passive healing. He got
Everything.
about 4 dashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrible champion.
He just
I
went a
hate
bit.
playing against Yone.
Horrible champion.
Just went really greedy in the utility cupboard as they were designing that champion.
Yeah.
Give him it all.
Bit of that.
Bit
Yeah.
of that, bit of that. People
That's
love
right.
samurai
How many
swordman thing.
features can we get in one champ?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what,
it's the classic power creep argument, isn't it?
that would be my critique though of the champs that have come out with League recently, is that they've built so much utility into them. Like, I remember the old, more plain and boring champs, and it was something simple for it. Like, maybe I'm just a simpleton, but like playing with these champs that can do all these things. What's that painter guy recently that's come out? He's got like 18
Hwei.
attacks.
Boy, yeah, that's nuts.
Do you
Hwei.
see what I mean? Do you see what I mean though? I mean, that's,
Boy.
Yeah, you are right in the sense of when you think of like where Robbie's plays Pantheon, in terms of his like spells and like the skill set that Pantheon has. Sorry, Robbie, this is meant to sound horrible, but it's just there's nothing like
Point and click.
yeah. But that's what I mean. Like some of these other champs are just all over the show.
Yeah,
doing
but hold
so
on. Let
much.
me give Riot back one because I think Smolder was a good shout.
I've
I
never
think
played
he's.
Smolder.
I think he's not good now, but the
Yeah,
little
but now
dragon.
they've just nerfed him to the floor.
They've
It's
nerfed him to the
completely
floor.
useless.
They've nerfed him to the floor, but they brought out Hwei, and it was just like I don't want to do all these calculations. And then they brought out Smolder, which is like little dragon. It's point and click Q. W is a little bubble.
Yeah.
E you fly,
Fly. Yeah.
and R is a big old fire thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And there is some.
Mum.
There's some. When you do when you execute minions with your Q will get better, and that's like Viger, and that's it.
And ASOL.
And like K-Sol, yeah,
Stacking feature.
yeah, and that was like, oh, finally, my monkey brain can take this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
you would
good thing
say
it's ADC.
you would say though, like there's 170 odd champions. Like trying to think of something new and creative.
Yeah.
It must be hard without having to go a bit crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
yeah.
with it.
I've got one. So two ideas are quite similar. One of them you could call him like the builder. You know, like Bard is what's Bard's sort of.
Wait, are we doing a little build champ session now? Is that what we're doing?
No. I mean, we could all share
Should
our
we make a
ideas.
4-bit champion?
Because Stewie has got a great idea for a Gragas skin. I remember Stewie.
I can't even remember what I said. What was
I
it?
think it's something to do with like Santa Claus and like he like rides a sleigh. Or
Oh, there already is a
does
Santa
have a
skin.
You already
Santa
got a
skin.
Santa skin.
Yeah, I know.
I
but
can't
maybe
remember
I'm
what it
thinking, I must be
was.
thinking of the wrong one then. But
Santa
I
Bram
thought of
that
a good one
rides
for
the
Lee
sleigh.
Sin.
okay.
I thought of a good one for Lee Sin, where like he's got when he throws out his Q, it's actually like a dog because you know he's like blind, isn't he? He's the blind monk. So he's got like a blind
guide
person.
dog.
Yeah, guide dog. I mean the guide dog whips out and grabs him and stuff.
Great.
Do you not think that'd be a brilliant skin?
Yeah.
But how about this, like for a new sort of unique champion? Yeah, call them like the builder or something, and they just go around the map and they have a passive that can rebuild turrets, but permanently, and put like
Oh my God, that'd be so strong.
And put like defenses around them, like an army builder or something like that, and he builds up like little sandbags that like have guns on them. I think that'd be sick.
I think if you had that in such a way where he didn't do any damage, but he just had skills that built things,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
not lasted the
Around the
whole
map.
game, but
Yeah.
maybe.
around
yeah.
the map, you could imagine like the builder setting up defenses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right, if you're listening to this, just holler at me, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, setting up defenses
to press
around
I
like
understand
a main
first.
objective. Oh no.
No,
Get onto
yeah,
that. But that'd be
I see what you
sick,
mean.
mate.
I see what you
It'd
mean,
be
yeah.
sick.
They have stuff like that. I think they have very similar concepts in Dota. There is a character in Dota where you do not lane.
Yeah, you just
You're just backing base, and you're just chucking little minions out.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean,
It's a similar, I guess. There's a
Yeah.
similar concept in the fact that you're affecting the map more than you are doing the casuals laning phase stuff.
that would be sick though, because you could imagine that as a champion. Say, for example, someone in the top was ranged. You'd say, okay, I'm going to send ranged only minions to the top lane, but the bottom side they're going to do a push in a minute. So I'll put like 2 cannons down there and melee minions that are more tanky.
Yeah, but they would never do that because they removed things like Banner of Command and ZZ Rot Portal purely because they had too much of an influence on the lane dynamics. Yeah, they'll never change like the creep format because they had, as I say, they had ZZ Rot where you'd spawn the little void things that would come and hit the tower, and you had the Banner of Command which would make the, and then Hull Breaker even more recently they've changed that so it doesn't buff the cannon. So it just made things like split pushing too strong.
That's why I like Severe because her ult actually does affect the minions.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but in like a very
it's like
balanced way.
5 seconds.
I never knew
It just
that.
makes the minions like I think as fast as you're, like a little bit faster.
I think the thing about Severe Ult that people don't realize is when she presses it, if someone's out of range, they obviously don't get the speed boost. But then if she comes near them while her ult's still active, it will then still add the speed boost to them.
Cool.
A lot of
Don't know.
people
Yeah,
don't realize that.
I think
so.
I
If
knew
you're
that.
like behind your team, you could press it to get up to them and then give them the boost rather than running up to them.
Oh, that's
Which
cool.
in a late game fight could make the difference
All the
between
difference.
catching someone out and not.
Just on the topic of skins, before we move away from it, I just wanted
Love
to say,
'em.
I don't know if you guys support
Spent a
this,
fortune.
but I don't not support skins at all, but I don't support skins that change the core animation, not the color, of a skill. Do you know what I mean? Like if, for instance, you throw out a bubble for Zoe, it might be a different color on a different skin, but I think it should always be a bubble.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean by
I
that?
can agree with
Do you
that.
know there's a W on Senna on a certain skin where when you hit them, you don't see you've hit them to begin with, and then it pops out and shows that root thing, whatever it is that Senna does with that W.
Yeah, there are
There's
a
a
lot of
skin
skins that
KDA, mate. I can't
there are a lot
remember.
of skins that make the animations a lot harder to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Lux
I don't
one
like
that
that.
people deliberately pick where the cue's really small on screen or something?
Yeah, there's a Vladimir one where you can't really see his ult tick as well.
Yeah.
He's like a dark blue color. Can't remember the name of it. And like the eye blitzcrank one, I used to always hate that. I used to find the hook animation was really clunky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've done a good job to make it so that the skins don't affect the
I
gameplay
don't
as
think
much.
the game's got a problem with it.
No, definitely
But
not.
you
But there are
sometimes see
definitely
it.
some
Yeah, yeah.
out there that are still going behind.
Yeah. And some of the skins now are just fantastic. You know why people part with their money, because some of them do look brilliant. And you always have the battle in your head when you're like, well, it's a free game, so I can get a skin because I ain't paid for all these hours of fun. And before you know it, you're 3k deep.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
We weren't meant to reveal that.
Oh, sorry.
the thing is that it's
And
like,
that was just on my band account.
His band account. Money in the bin.
there's the thing is with skins though is that they brought out like some, and then they're saying that they're ultimate, but they're not. Like the latest Samira skin.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, oh, this is an ultimate skin. It's like, have you seen it in comparison to Lux?
Yeah.
Or the Ezreal one?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not even the
They
same.
just released a $500 Ari skin.
Yeah.
Have they?
$500.
Have they actually?
Yeah, they've basically made this thing called the Hall of Legends, where they're going to induct like famous professional players, and obviously the first inductee is Faker. So to commemorate Faker, they've released a line of skins called like the Immortal or Eternal Ari skin or something. But there's like 3 tiers to it. So you can get like the basic skin, which is just the skin. You can then get another one with upgrades, and you can get one where, like, when you recall, it comes up with Faker's signature and stuff like that. But it's like the whole package is it's like 500, like 60,000 RP or something stupid. It's
Does
like-
that just
500
clarify,
US
does that all go to Riot?
I think
there's not like
I think
a
Faker
share.
gets a chunk of it.
Yeah, there maybe a royalty involved in
That's
there.
cool.
But yeah, it's caused a hell of a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
I'm
in
not
the league.
surprised.
It's caused a lot. There's been people have been like deliberately just banning Ari in games, so people that have bought the skin don't get to use it.
Can't
I might start doing that as well.
Yeah.
Not that I'll come across those players.
I didn't know that. That's
That's
crazy.
insane.
That is insane. $500.
Yeah.
I mean, the argument is you don't have to buy it. Like,
yeah,
You don't, no.
yeah.
You just don't have to.
And I think
Yeah.
their motivation was they wanted to create like a higher price point because people were, believe it or not, complaining that there wasn't like a premium skin range really, apart
Oh, I
from
know
like
what you
the
mean.
very few, what are they, ultimate or whatever they're called, like the 3,000 RP
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, but I think that's what
But
I
then
would
to go from,
describe as
like-
predatory market.
Well, to go from like your highest thing being like $30 to now 500
It's a
is
big jump.
big leap.
Massive jump.
I think it's just taking advantage of people that are bad with money.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there may be people that are bad with money that part of 500 quid for a league skin. However, there's just going to be them people out there that have just got just so much more money than is fathomable to the average Joe.
Those people are fine, but I
Yeah.
think there'll be people that
Wales.
will spend 500 quid that probably get 2,000 pounds a month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those I would describe that as predatory behaviour on those types of people.
Yeah, because well, hold on, think about it. If a Jinx skin came out and it's 500 quid, you know I'm gonna be very, very, very tempted to buy that
Wow.
skin.
Fair enough.
I would. I genuinely would.
Fair
Really?
enough.
I don't know if I would buy it,
But you'll be hover over
I
it
would
every
be
day, hovering.
I would be like, okay,
We'll have a look.
Of course, we'll have a look.
I'd be like, do I really need this headset? That I really want this new headset or whatever.
Do I need food?
Car insurance is coming up.
Fuck,
Do I need rent?
Yeah.
but the Jinx skin. Because
Or do I need to look good on the Rift?
I can skip a few showers.
Yeah. I'm very because I've got every Jinx skin, every Jinx chroma, apart from one which I
Yeah,
can't
you've
get.
done well with that. I've missed a beat on a couple Z ones.
I've missed one Jinx chroma, and I Riot, if you hear me, please
Riot.
release it again, please.
What was it?
It's the Project Jinx chroma that you could only get when that
Was
was
it one of
being
those
released.
passes?
It's one of the past ones. yeah.
Riot. Come on. Work your
Please.
magic.
I've got every other one. It's just that one chroma.
I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I think we've got time for another spin on the closest win.
Come on.
Let's get it.
Come on.
All right then.
Closest wins. Here we go. What year did League of Legends come out?
Ooh,
If
1973.
we guess that right, I then have the month, and if we guess that right, I then have the
Are
day.
we talking beta or release?
Would this make a difference to your answer?
Probably public
Yes.
release,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, because there's the beta and then there's the official release.
Right. If as my points don't count, can I put this slash that one?
That perfect. Yes, please.
I don't care if I win. 'cause it
Yeah,
is-
yeah, yeah. I actually didn't look to see if this was beta or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well.
Everyone can do that. If that is going to make the difference.
I'm sticking to the one I've got.
Good stuff. Yeah, I didn't think to look at any of that sort of stuff again. I'm useless at closest.
Yeah, my first answer is beta. My second answer is
Are you not
full
putting
release.
month and date?
Okay.
Are we doing month and date?
Just
as well?
year, right?
So no, just year. If two get the
Oh.
year right, then we do month.
We'll do it as a tiebreaker.
Should I get
Yeah.
rid of the month and date up then? While
Yeah,
we're
I
there?
would just in case. Yeah.
Right. You want me first?
Yeah, go on, Nave.
06 and 10.
Beta and then is it alpha? I assume. Is that what your
No,
phrasing would be?
Alpha's before beta.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, AB.
It's also beta, by the way.
Oh, beta.
Yeah.
Beta.
2008. 2008.
2007.
Mmm. These are all very close.
2008.
09 and 10.
2008 for the beta, 2011 for the official.
The answer I've got is 2009. So, assuming it's beta?
Well, it has
Yes.
to be Jay no matter what.
Yeah,
I
it has to
think.
be. Yeah, Jay's
Yeah.
spot on the money. Well done, Jay. Just for fun, can anyone guess the month?
November.
October.
They do like November and October.
Oh.
That is. To be fair though, it was like one of 3
Yeah.
months because it's October, November, December for anything game
True.
related. It always is.
Jay, can you get the UAV? Can you get all three? Can you guess
Oh,
the?
hello.
Can you guess
Kill
the?
streak confirmed.
Can you guess the day? Not as in the actual day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The number, the date,
19th.
27th. You were never gonna get it,
What
but
about the hour?
yeah, good effort.
Midnight.
Yeah, midnight.
Yeah, I was queuing up at Asda.
Oh, those are the days.
Those
Game
were
you
the
don't buy
days.
this for.
We've spoke about this on a pod already, I think.
Yeah.
Queuing up for games and all that sort of stuff.
I've done a
Yeah.
couple of them with you, haven't I?
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, because
course.
I hit the 18.
Didn't the
just
3 of
before.
us skip a day of college and go to a midnight release of COD and then play
Sounds
it
about
all
right.
through the
I,
night?
I did
cool.
it for a COD and Skyrim.
Me and Jay did
Yeah.
Skyrim.
Yeah, me and Hike went and got
And
Skyrim.
Tom Woods. Bless his soul.
Bless Tom
Wherever
Woods.
he is right now.
To wrap this up, and there's some time for some good discussion here. I want to know what you guys think about the reason that League of Legends is incredibly addictive. It is incredibly addictive. I've never known a game like it. I've played it for years and years and years, and I always come back. And no other game has done it to me.
Variants.
Variance.
One word answer. Someone give me a variance.
You're not going to elaborate. You're just going to... Cool. Variance.
I think
Anyone
it
else?
keeps improving on itself as well. It's just not a game release and let it be. They keep updating it. They keep adding stuff.
Yeah.
And it's the challenge. It's the rank system as well. You always want to do better.
Ranking up for me
Yeah.
became a problem.
Yeah.
A problem. I really
don't play for
struggled to
fun.
pull myself away from that. Yeah.
I like where we are with League now.
Yeah.
We've
got it right, haven't we?
We actually just play for fun with friends now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't play ranked at all anymore. Apart from flex rank.
Yeah.
And maybe I might chuck in a game or two, but I only play pretty much with friends now. And Jesus, it's finally actually fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's not about League, but I just want to give the same comparison with Counter-Strike because what Jack has done with ranked on League, I have done with Counter Strike.
Yeah.
And I much prefer not being quite as good, but actually just jumping on there and enjoying my games.
It. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like when I was like actually trying to rank up, I was just like hardcore sweat. I wouldn't say I was miserable because I did enjoy it, but like it's just like it's like a job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you could get paid to do it, I actually would have a different opinion.
Yeah.
But if you're not, I just don't think it's feasible.
Yeah.
You're sort of torturing yourself for on your spare time. You sort of torturing
I
yourself.
think obviously I haven't. My point being that I haven't had that experience with League, but I think it's pretty 1-to-1.
Yeah, definitely. Ranking up on League for me became not like an issue. Go see someone, but I was like, I had a word with myself and said I need to stop because I'd just get in, turn on League, go on ranked, play 8 games, lose 6 of them. I'm back down tons of the round, and I was going round and round and round. And when I got to Emerald, I think I almost had a tipping point in my head because I thought I was a Plat player, so I can get to Plat. And then when I got to Emerald, I think that luckily just kind of sealed the deal for me. And thought, I think I'm at my peak. I think I'm not going to get better than Emerald. Probably helped, but I was stuck on that game.
I think the worst part about, because I used to have this in university as well, where I'd be playing games, and the worst part is when you're down 50 LP, all you want to do before you're like, I'm not coming off the game until I'm back to level again.
That is it. You're right.
I'm 50 down. I need to get back to 0.
Yeah, I've had a few where I'm like, I'm not going to bed till I win, and it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Just playing, and your LP's doing this.
slept for 3 days.
Your LP's just plummeting.
I've now got depression.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. So.
Anyone else?
What makes the game addicting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Robbie said, it's like always evolving. Like I think back to League when I first played it in like season 3, it's a different game.
Yeah.
I know it's the same Rift in a way, but then they changed the Rift, they update things, they change dragons to different elemental dragons.
Yeah.
They've now just changed Baron. It's always evolving, new champs, changes, new metas. It's rewarding. It's rewarding when you, not even like if you win the game, like I used to just love playing League to do a sick play.
Yeah.
Like I've got memories. I can remember individual games where I've done things that like you wouldn't do for like another 50 games.
Yeah.
Like I've got like a 5-man Alistair headbutt pulverized combo, which is normally like a 1, maybe 2 men thing at a push, and I hit like a 5-man or like a 5-man Amumu or I've done like Z plays, like still got them saved on my phone where I've like quadra-killed a team at Baron, and it's like those little moments.
I've seen that. You've shown me. He's pulled the phone out and went, have a look at this.
Yeah, and like I played like not competitively, but I played like for my university team. I just remember that like being with them guys, like sitting together in a line, playing our games on the Sundays. Just like good memories.
Yeah, man.
I do think we should play our next soiree of League. We should play more Clash.
Yeah, definitely. Clash as a team.
For fun Clash.
Yeah,
100%.
Any final words? Who wants to take us out and have their last save and then seal us off?
I was just going to say rewarding in terms of like reward systems. So like so many different things in there, like little trinket noises or like flash things that pop up, all the different colours from the spells and the combinations and things like that. I think it's just very, very stimulating on the eyes. It's almost like a computer game version of a slot machine.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Maybe say
there.
They have done it specifically so that there's auditory things, there's visual things, there's collectible things, and when you get that little trinket, it's really rewarding and pulls you in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right,
guys. Take us out.
that's it.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Come
Ciao.
back, please.